Hello and welcome to a very special holiday nonprofit edition of the Como 411. And in case you're not familiar, we are here with John Baker from
Very
Como
good.
Gives. You might not know John's face, but I bet you've heard of Como Gives. John, welcome to the Como 411.
Thank you so very much. Glad to be here.
Absolutely. So tell us about Como Gives. Where did this even originate?
Okay, so you've already said something that I want to just massage a little bit.
Let's do it.
So I'm the executive director of the Community Foundation
Yes.
of Central Missouri. I'm from Como Gives. That's where people know about me
Yes,
from.
yes.
But Como Gives really is just a service. It's a product of the Community Foundation of Central Missouri.
That's amazing.
I just want more people to know that
Yes.
because they think that Como Gives is an organization because it works so well.
Yes.
It's just one thing that the foundation does. And we're pleased that
I
it
was
works
going to
so well.
say, it's not a bad problem to have. Not a bad problem to have.
You bet.
Tell us about Como Gives.
Yes, Como Gives started in 2013. One of our local friends had a relative living in Kentucky and heard about this online campaign that lasted for 2 months. And it was sponsored by a community foundation. Had a little paper booklet that went with it. Brought it back to our board, brought it to me, our chair. We had a meal together. We decided we can do this here if we make it a Columbia thing. So we decided to do an online giving campaign with a paper guide similar to what we saw, and some of the same kind of information. And we started it in 2013. We had 30 intrepid organizations that were brave enough to give us
Yes.
a shot. And we took in a grand total of $62,400 that year.
Okay. Not bad for a first year.
No, not bad, but we weren't sure if we were going to do it again.
Okay.
So we did it again one more time. Well, the second year we had 4.5-fold increase. In 1 year, we went up to $256,000
Wow.
for the second year. When that happened, we knew we had something. And so Como Gives was the very first of these online digital campaigns in the state of Missouri. It's now mimicked in its own ways, and sometimes bigger, in St. Louis and in the Ozarks region,
Sure.
and then the Kansas City area has its version. But we were the first in Missouri, and it's fun to think about that.
How many organizations last year were involved?
Last year, 153. This year, we have 175.
Wow.
Yep, we went up 22 just from last year.
And do you set a goal for what you want the giving to be, or?
We used to not do that.
Okay.
But now we can kind of track and expect some things with our experience. And so it used to be just, what are we going to get? We have no idea. Because honestly, we are not responsible for the total dollars.
Sure.
The organizations in the campaign and their detailed marketing is really what brings the donors
Yes.
to the ComoGives.com website where they make
Yes.
their donations. If that piece isn't working, then we might set a goal of 10 million and get 200,000.
Absolutely.
That piece is really, really important.
That makes sense.
So we set a financial goal, but we do not set a goal for participating organizations.
Okay.
It's just a self-feeding, mouth-by-mouth testimony, and then people just want to either participate or not.
Understood.
Yeah.
And so we're already into the campaign now. How long do people have before the campaign closes?
People have until December 31st at 11:59:59.
Okay.
So it's right towards the very, very end.
Yes.
And the ending day is always our biggest or second biggest. Our first day is always our biggest or second biggest.
Amazing.
So the bookends get the most money. Then we'll have a few spikes in the middle. So possibly in the future, there's an idea of maybe shrinking the campaign time-wise.
I see.
The Kentucky one, as I mentioned, was 2
2
months.
weeks, 2 months. 2 months.
Some that we know about were 1 day back then.
Oh.
So we split the difference.
Yes.
And we've been stuck with the split because the organizations like the extra time to get more donors.
Sure.
But it could be that in the future we just want to kind of tighten it up.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Well, you have until December 31st at 11:59:59
That's right.
p.m. in order to get your donation in and support one of the 175 nonprofits in the Columbia area.
Simple to do. You go to ComoGives.com.
You
That's
beat
the
me
website.
to it.
ComoGives.com. Just know that.
Just know that. So just know that, like John said, ComoGives.com. Get your donation in and just know that your support means a lot to every single organization and every one of our neighbors that receives the services of those organizations. John, thank you so much for joining us here.
You're welcome. And our goal is $2 million this year.
$2 million.
I forgot to say that.
He forgot to say that, but you heard it. $2 million. So let's help us get to that $2 million goal. Let's surpass it. How about that?
Thank you.
Good to see you, John.
Pleasure.